Welcome to part 2 of Springfield Armory XDM Elite Compact 10mm, the most potent bear defense carry weapon, cover, ergonomics, and grip safety. The grip texture of the XDM, where the fingertips contact, when you wrap around the grip of the gun, the fingertips contact the grip. My fingertips really get sore. It seems that these little vertical cuts in the J-shaped texture is to blame. My delicate little hands were reddened after about 200 dry fires, or about 50 live. I think I prefer the Hellcat's grip texture. AmbMag release. This is where we get to the whole point of why I actually sought out to review the XDM Elite Compact 10. Full ambi controls, starting with the ambidextrous mag release. The mag release buttons are deployed on both left and right side. They're full and perfectly mirrored ambi controls. The mag release mechanical internals are like those of a paddle mag release using buttons. It almost looks like it should be a simple upgrade to transition to a paddle mag release. I even checked with HS Products website to see if such an upgrade was offered. No such luck. Because for backcountry use, where you're squeezing through trees and climbing over rock outcroppings, the decreased risk of accidental disengagement of a paddle magazine release would be of great benefit. Nonetheless, the buttons are well protected and fairly stiff, maybe a 10-pound press. Although I had no problems operating the XDM's mag release buttons, I do wish they were non-opposable buttons to reduce the risk a little bit of opposite side interference. You know, like that interference we experienced with the SIG P365 XL. Now, why do I favor perfectly mirrored ambidextrous controls? Well, number one is for optimal use of cover against humans. Plus, with the 10mm, you have the advantage of blasting through their cover and concealment. Shooting through cover does take some practice and forethought to have the presence of mind to do it. The bad guy or a bear could be hiding behind a cardboard box, and still most people will try to make the precision shot to the small bit of the target exposed rather than fire through the cardboard. A shoot through cover drill. Set up a target with a piece of cardboard, blocking all but just a bit of it. Cardboard is cover to an airsoft pistol. Shoot through the cardboard to where you think the center of mass is located. But this bad guy didn't know that I had a 10mm that would smash through his cover and still blow out his lung. The problem with shooting through cover is you aren't completely sure what's behind it. So anyway, ambi, not so much for optimal use of cover against a bear, but maybe concealment. And then, once ambidextrous, left-hand primary carry and presentation. Why left-hand carry? For a free throttle hand. Many people head into the backcountry aboard a motorcycle, a four-wheeler, or even a mountain bike or e-bike. On each of these, you need your throttle hand, that is your right hand, free to operate the machine. Meaning if you need to address a charging bear while riding, you need to draw and fire left-handed, and while maintaining the ability to run away, or in this case, ride away. Another is fishing. If you're fishing for salmon on an Alaskan river, your fishing pole will typically be in your dominant hand, and for 85% of the people, that's your right hand. It can be a challenge to have the presence of mind to drop that expensive fishing pole and draw a firearm, so go ahead and keep that expensive pole in your right hand and draw with your left. Some salmon anglers have even used a fishing pole to fight off a bear. So parry and shoot. Another reason for left-hand carry is that the dominant hand, and again for most 85% of people, their dominant hand is going to be their right hand. The dominant hand is more likely to be injured in events leading up to firearm use, say as a result of punching, blocking a knife, or parrying against a grizzly's paw. Another reason is if you're in law enforcement and you do a traffic stop. Left-hand carry and initial presentation provides a better angle on the driver during a traffic stop. It's a slight improvement in angle, but slight improvements are what improve your odds in a gunfight. Slide stop. Slide stop versus slide release is described throughout Springfield Armory documentation as a slide stop. So is it not really meant to be used as a release? Probably best to slingshot. Otherwise, it may wear to the point where the slide drops on mag insertion, something that is generally not reliably done. Still, even as a slide stop, I appreciate the benefits of the ambi ones. Grip safety. Now, while the grip safety must be depressed when retracting the slide, that's probably the only time I notice it being a hindrance. Otherwise, not obtrusive at all. The grip safety means safer chest holstering and appendix carry reholstering, using the thumb on the striker plate technique, leaving the grip safety free. With a minimum amount of practice, the grip safety is not a problem transferring left to right hand. In fact, a benefit is that it automatically goes on safe when leaving one hand for the other. Takedown lever. It's possible that the takedown lever can function as a gas pedal right-handed. And I like that it rotates up so that if you are resting your thumb on the takedown lever, it does not accidentally unlock the slide during live fire. A very unlikely event anyway, but a smart design feature. Many other pistols rotate the takedown lever downward. The trigger guard is textured for using an index finger on the forward part of the trigger guard. I think this hold generally indicates improper thumbs forward hold. I recommend Mike Glover's video on proper thumbs forward technique. Done this way, your support hand index finger is not going to engage the trigger guard. Slide serrations. The slide serrations are better than the slide decorations on the Hellcat. The slide is surprisingly easy to operate, especially for a compact 10mm. The forward slide serrations are perfectly positioned for both left hand and right hand press check, so that I have no problem locking the slide back with an extended press check motion. Please continue on to watch part 3 of Springfield Armory XDM Elite Compact 10mm, the most potent bear defense carry weapon, recoil, weaknesses, and the exciting conclusion.